Hi guys, welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on Garth Brooks, the 1996 Garth Brooks, and the true story about what happened with his 23-hour marathon autograph session at Fanfare in '96. Back in 1996, you could still meet the biggest artists in the country music during Fanfare, including Garth Brooks, who famously signed autographs for 23 hours straight during that year's Fanfare. The story's been told over and over again. Garth standing there for nearly a full day signing autographs for every fan that came through the line. It's something we'll likely never see again. But do you know the real reason he did it? Now, to tell the full story, we need to set the scene. Back in '96, Garth was undeniably one of the biggest names in country music. He was fresh off his first world tour, and every album that he had released to that point in his career, aside from his debut album, had topped the album charts. He also had 15 #1 singles and was one of the best-selling artists in the world. But his 1995 album, Fresh Horses, didn't really live up to the sky-high expectations for Garth at the time. While it came out of the gate strong, to this day remains the only album from the first decade of his career that hadn't been certified diamond, despite containing hits like The Beaches of Cheyenne and She's Every Woman. As Garth admits, he was one of the older acts at his label at that time, and the label itself was also undergoing changes. In '91, his label, Capitol Nashville, had changed its name to Liberty Records, with President Jimmy Bowen also launching his sister label, Patriot Records. But in '95, during leadership changes at the label, Patriot Records closed its doors, and Liberty Records went back to being known as Capitol Records. With all of the restructuring going on, Garth noticed that the label wasn't supporting his music and his tour as much as they had in the past, as evidenced by the relative lack of success of Fresh Horses, and took that as a sign that the label was looking to move on from Garth in favor of younger artists. There were rumors that older acts were going to go out, newer acts were going to come in and replace them, which is normal always at labels. But one of the older acts was me. Garth admits that he was lost, but says he saw Fanfare as an opportunity to prove to the label that he still had the support of his fans. The great thing about Fanfare then was it was at the fairgrounds. It was fantastic because these are the people that brought you the records, and these are the people that came. So Garth called up a friend and pitched a crazy idea: drive down to Fanfare, park his truck, and see what happens. Our bosses are not the record labels. Our bosses are not country radio or CMAs, as much as I love those people. Our bosses are those people on the other side of that radio, those people that show up in those seats. I said, let's go see what the bosses think. We pulled up at right around 9:30 and just parked the truck right in the middle of the midway and got out. There was a sweet little security guard, an older lady, that said, "Oh, honey, you cannot be here." And she took me by the arm and moved me out of the way. We had already started, and so here it came. We got a chance to be with the people, and they were going to tell me where I was at in my career, and it began. It was a marathon autograph session that ended up going for over 23 hours, and Garth didn't even take a bathroom break because he knew if he stopped, it would be hard to start again. It's like anything else. If you stop for a second, you're not going to start back up, so just keep going. Well, as the autograph session dragged on to the night, Garth admits that his friend was hoping security would eventually put a stop to it and close up the festival. But he says that eventually came up to him and told him that they were going to stay as long as they needed to. So Garth was free to keep going. But Mother Nature also threatened to put a halt to Garth's statement to his label when a thunderstorm popped up around midnight. Garth admits that he thought it was over, but fans came prepared. I'm thinking this is how it's going to end. People running to their cars unhappy. Guys, I'm telling you right now, it was like a military operation. They popped out tents, coolers, rain gear. We didn't lose one of them. Everybody stayed. So the storm blows through, and it's about 4 in the morning, and you're starting to see the end of the line way down there. But the crazy thing is, with everybody you sign and everybody you hug, you realize they've been there as long as you have. And after the 23-hour session wrapped up, Garth said that it meant a lot to him to be able to send a message that he still had the support of the fans. When you get to take pictures, stories, and then hear those stories, what the music you've done has done to them, and you've got somebody in a suit and tie going, I don't think you're still among the people. I'm going to take those stories over any awards of anything that can give me. Well, to put the bow on the story, Garth ended up staying with Capitol Records until he retired back in 2001 after the release of his album Scarecrow. So obviously, whatever message he was trying to send to his label by signing autographs for 23 hours, it got through to him, and they ended up keeping him around. I, that's a long time not going to the bathroom. I bet he wasn't drinking a whole heck of a lot. I bet he went for a long time afterward. But, I just, I hear different things about Garth. When he first came out, he was doing stuff like this, and then he got in legal trouble. And Waylon Jennings is like, well, somebody called him the pretty much unreal. It's not a real person, it's just kind of fake. But I don't know. I can't say it. I've never met the man. But I thought this was kind of cool, and I hope you did too. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. You have a great day. God bless you, and I'm praying for you.